actually find it quite hard to conceive that in the time that they tell us that we've got electric cars coming, that we're where we were in time, if you understand what I mean. So I've obviously put a few pictures together on the little video. So they're making electric cars like this in the late 1800s. Looks like a big, horse cart with a top on it, doesn't it? Anyway, these are some of the electric things that they had. Electric cars, I suppose those ones are cars, aren't they? There's a little sort of bus thing up there. This is what they were making just as the 1900s are coming up. Adverts, and that one says 2,250. They weren't that cheap then, were they? I mean, if you imagine the timing, how long ago this is. But there's the electric cars, all electric. How could they go from this electric to petrol and diesel? What a travesty. I find out that it says there that the car was built about 1832, but I found another place that says 1828. So there you go, that's what it says. And they're saying that although they were developed before that, they really went into production at the very late 1800s. But as we were there and had these things, but in America, electricity didn't come to the houses until 1882, but we've got electric cars in 1832. So something's not right there in our history, is it? Something's very, very out. Didn't get it in their houses till 1882, but we're making cars. And then I was looking at this one, and he says starts in the 1830s making cars. So I thought that was quite interesting, because another person. And that is, like the timeline's getting older. Come on, everything used to be at the turn of the century. Now, we've just come out of the 1700s, and they've got, well, a bit longer, I know it's 30 years, but we're that side of it, and they've got electric cars, when these are the paintings they're showing us for the 1800s, like we were like this in the pictures. So I actually, look, photographs 32. Just look at everybody, long dresses. But we were able, even though none of the houses had electricity. I'm going to check up England in a minute, and I'm going to check up electric vans, because that's quite interesting. Look at the state we were in. Dressed like hardly any photographs are on here except that one of Victoria. And then, but at the same time, in 1832, they're making cars. Electric cars. Just doesn't add up as per usual. Like, no matter when you start to look at it, you think, And then this is the one, time in history. There you go, 1828 they say. So in 1828 they had cars. Oh my god, come on. No wonder everything had to be destroyed. I mean, you look at the pictures, and in some ways we're very advanced, in other ways we're not. But they obviously had to destroy everything and lie about everything, and so we can't quite put it all together. So, 1 year earlier, the English started having electricity, power to people's houses. 1 year earlier, it's Russia. So Russia had it before America. If I go back to the pages, so England, America. England, Russia. China, 1882, same time as America. They're saying about 1880. This is Australia. That one is Germany. So I'm just looking up Canada. I just wanted to see roughly when the first... Whoa, well they were a long time, but oh golly. When did electricity come to Canada, I've put. When was electricity available in homes? Oh, there you go. 1882. When did electricity come to Toronto? 1910. So it does look a little bit behind, doesn't it? 1890s. From 1890 to 1910, knob and tube wiring was used for electronic installation. But anyway, yeah, I was just putting in different places. Last one, which one shall we pick? Country around the world. Italy. Let's have a look at Italy, or do Spain. Well, they had it obviously a bit later. When did electricity get to Europe? It doesn't really say, it just says increased rapidly to the 1930s, 19th century, so they're not putting that as early. Let's put Spain, just see what they say. I know what they've said there, but they always say different things, so. There you go. Woo! That's earlier! In Spain, more backward country than the rest of Europe, the coming of an industrial electricity was used for the first time. Barcelona in 1873 was it considered a real? When was there electricity in 1870? Power grid, cross electricity. Well, they're saying there was in 1870, but there had to be 1873. See, it's crazy. This one is Swedish, 1885s. The oldest one now is Spain. This one's Mexico, it says 1881. This one is Ireland, 1880. I suppose it has to fit in with England, doesn't it? And Japan seems a couple of years before, but I was a bit shocked at the Spanish one. It's even earlier than that. It's like another 7-8 years earlier. Anyway, we're going to look at, it's got to be anyway because they were making electric cars. To have electric cars, we had to have electricity. Anyway, let's move on to the electric vans. Anyway, just before we move on, these are the kind of machines that they were doing to charge the car up. We've got things like that today on the side of the road in London. I've seen them, especially in London. But, yeah. These are the kind of things that we were in. So, although I feel that we were quite advanced, to have the electric cars and all that, but these are not very modern, are they? These look like they're horses and carts, and then they've just put a different top on. The base, the chassis, like the cart. Yeah. Anyway, let's go on to lorries. Well, on my way to look at lorries comes horses and carts, but I mean that is pulled by a horse, but they were becoming electric too. So these would have been electric before, they're saying. Horses and carts, horses, electric. Electric lorries. All this advancement with being able to do this when the people look so bedraggled still. I don't think he is standing next to him, to be honest. Don't know, colour difference. Anyway, for all that technology, this says a 1903 Mercedes. Who'd want one of them now? This one's more a car. I'm struggling to find lorries and stuff, to be honest, at the moment. But another electric car. I don't know if I'd want anyway. Yeah, that looks a bit more sort of modern, I suppose, doesn't it? Yeah, a little electric lorry. Ransom's electric. Right, in museum here, look. Well, in this picture we've got pavements, roads, and electric transport. bus and lorry. It says 1896 there. If we'd already got this far to make this, why did we go to petrol and diesel? This was clean and safe and eco-friendly. Not electric. Oh no, electricity, delivery vans and trucks with horses. But what's your thoughts on that? If we were making electric cars in 1832, how could we ever have gone? All to do with money and lies, when we could have been living a really, really clean life, so much cleaner. These people had it. They were electric. Look, there's not just one or two photographs. There's loads of photographs of electric transport made, even if it looks a bit, out of date. But there you go, look at it, just picture after picture. There's not just one or two, there's loads of pictures of trucks. So why did we, when we had all this, why, when we had this, was it destroyed and put us through buying diesel and petrol when we were all ready, eco-friendly, electric, the whole thing? Why would they do that? That one looks like a little steam engine on the go, doesn't it? But yeah, anyway, what's your thoughts?